What if I told you one of the biggest stars in college football is issuing an ultimatum to the entire National Football League? Not about money, not about where he gets drafted, but about how he gets to play the game. Get ready, because Colorado phenom Travis Hunter, the Heisman contender, the nil superstar, Deion Sanders' ultimate weapon, is reportedly threatening to quit football entirely if NFL teams won't let him play both ways, as both a wide receiver and a cornerback. It's a demand so bold, it's got NFL executives sweating like rookies in a blitz drill. Let's cut straight to the core of this. Hunter's stance isn't just bold, it's unprecedented in the modern NFL. We've seen players try to specialize from college, but rarely does a top prospect issue a challenge like this. It sparked a fascinating debate among analysts like NFL Network's Mike Florio and Chris Sims. Sims, taking a more direct view, believes that if a team drafts Hunter, they absolutely better let him play both sides. Florio, on the other hand, initially scoffed at the idea that Hunter would actually walk away from a potential NFL fortune, talking about 5, 6, maybe tens of millions, just because he couldn't play both positions. He questioned the sincerity, asking, "You're really going to do that?" But even Florio had to concede, saying it at least, quote, "shows you he's serious about doing both." Hunter's own words to CBS Sports were raw and clear. If forced to choose between playing just one position or giving up football entirely, his answer was simple and absolute, quote, "never playing again, period." While Sims might not fully buy the retirement threat as a certainty, he believes Hunter is very strong in his sentiments. This doesn't feel like empty posturing, it feels like a calculated, high-stakes power play from a player who knows his worth and believes in his unique ability. But the NFL is a league built on extreme specialization and cold, hard pragmatism. It's a different beast than college football. As Sims starkly warned, attempting to play both ways at the highest level is, quote, "physically, it's too much. Mentally, it's too much. You're talking about mastering two completely different playbooks, doubling your film study against the world's best athletes, and engaging in a full-speed mental chess match on every single snap, on both sides of the ball. And let's not forget the injury risk, a constant concern for teams protecting massive investments." Even as Sims quipped, quote, "even though we play on turf that doesn't protect investments." Then there's the ego check. In college, Hunter often had the athletic advantage and wasn't always tasked with shadowing the opponent's absolute top receiver week in and week out. Florio dryly highlighted the difference, saying, quote, "Jamar Chase is in the slot. Go man him up." And he added the crucial point. Chase is likely fresh off a 5-minute breather while you were just running deep posts on offense. The demands are relentless. Mentally, as Florio warned, quote, "the quarterback won't care if you just play DB. It's, what's the check? What's the personnel? And you better know." The mental load is immense. But here's why Travis Hunter isn't just any draft prospect. In his time at Colorado, he made the extraordinary look routine. He pulled off Heisman poses mid-game, took naps between making incredible plays on both sides of the ball, and made college Saturdays look like NFL Sundays with his talent and swagger. He's a living highlight reel. His tape shows over 1,000 receiving yards and multiple interceptions, proving high-level production at two positions against top college competition. So yeah, when he says he wants both, maybe, just maybe, you have to listen. Enter New York Giants GM Joe Schoen, holding a potentially high draft pick, number 3 overall, and an apparently open mind. Speaking about Hunter, Schoen reportedly grinned, sounding almost giddy, quote, "he's fun to watch. You just don't see that very often. A lot of times, if these guys can't catch or they can't play receiver, then they get moved to DB." This sounds like a GM acknowledging Hunter isn't just a player, he's a potential jolt of electricity. A human fireworks stand for a team that needs a spark. Of course, Schoen is a pragmatic GM, and he did hedge his bets slightly, admitting, quote, "if he gets hurt doing something he's not doing full-time, you'll kick yourself." That injury risk is the elephant in the room. But with the Giants having significant cap space and a fanbase hungry for excitement, letting Hunter at least try to play both ways might not just be a wild gamble. It might be the only card worth playing to inject that level of talent and dynamism into the roster. As Sims wisely put it, quote, Don't take him if you're not going to let him do what he wants. He's clearly good enough to do it. Both analysts agreed that the key for any team drafting Hunter will be graceful management. Let him feel like he's doing everything he wants, while subtly figuring out where his skills translate best at the NFL level. Florio believes teams will likely take this approach, saying, quote, "They'll let him try, until they figure out what he's best at." The smart NFL teams, the article suggests, will be planning for both the potential revolution Hunter represents and the pragmatic reality of the NFL grind. There's no doubt Hunter has pulled off a Heisman-level Houdini act at the college level. His legacy there is historic. His nil empire, with deals alongside global icons like Messi, is massive. His NFL future, however, still feels like it's balancing on a high wire with no net. Sims offered the sobering truth about the step-up in competition from the Big 12 to the NFL. Saying in college, quote, "In the NFL, that's every week. You're not the best athlete anymore. Every opponent is a top-tier athlete." Still, Travis Hunter's rise feels almost inevitable. Even if his ultimatum felt dramatic, never playing again. Period. The message has been sent, loud and clear, to every front office in the league. As Sims concluded, quote, "He may not know what he's walking into, but he's good enough that teams are going to let him walk through the door." So, will he bend the rigid structure of the NFL to his will and become a true two-way star? Or will the relentless grind break him down into just another name on a depth chart at a single position? Either way, Hunter's journey is a brave no to the idea of can't. Because in a league obsessed with labels and specialization, Travis Hunter isn't just a player, he's attempting to start a revolution. And revolutions? They rarely come with safety nets. Thank you for your patience and for continuing to point out my errors. I am making a dedicated effort to learn and apply your formatting instructions correctly from now on.
Can you imagine a rookie walking into the NFL and demanding to play both wide receiver and cornerback, or "I'm never stepping on the field again"? That's exactly the bomb Travis Hunter just dropped on every front office in the league. Hunter, fresh off a Heisman-caliber season at Colorado and riding a $5.7 million NIL wave, told CBS Sports he'll quit football rather than pick just one position. "Never playing again. Period," he declared. On one side, you've got Chris Sims insisting, if you draft him, you better let him do both. On the other, Mike Florio laughs at the idea that a rookie would turn down tens of millions just to chase dual-role glory. Yet even Florio admits it underlines how serious Hunter is about being football's ultimate Swiss Army knife. Here's the cold hard truth. The NFL is built on specialization. 2 playbooks, double the film, double the wear and tear. Sims warned it's physically too much, mentally too much. And Florio joked, Jamar Chase wouldn't break a sweat while he's running every route and then shadowing him on defense. It's a level of demand that would challenge even Deion Sanders at his peak, let alone a 21-year-old rookie. But then there's the Giants, holding that coveted number 3 pick. GM Joe Schoen sounded more curious than cautious. He's fun to watch. You don't see that very often. New York's cap space is wide open. Their locker room cries out for a spark, and they're famous for swinging big when the moment's right. Schoen did hedge. If he gets hurt doing something he's not doing full-time, you'll kick yourself. But sometimes a franchise needs a gamble to light the city on fire. Other contenders? They'll draft Hunter, let him try both roles in training camp, and then slowly funnel him toward whichever sticks. That's smart. You leverage his unique talent, manage the workload, and still have the flexibility to maximize his value. After all, in college, he racked up 1,044 receiving yards and 3 interceptions, posing mid-game and taking snack breaks like he's headlining Vegas. The tape screams superstar potential, if someone's brave enough to mold it. So what happens next? Does Hunter bend the NFL to his vision, forcing coaches to rewrite the playbook? Or will the grind of pro football crush his two-way dream, relegating him to a single spot on the depth chart? Either way, he's shifted the power dynamic. It's no longer teams pick players, it's players pick how they want to play. If you're as fascinated by this daring standoff as we are, smash that like button. Drop a comment. Would you unleash Hunter on both sides, or protect him until he chooses? And don't forget to subscribe, because when Travis Hunter's story unfolds, you'll want a front row seat. In a world obsessed with pigeonholes, here comes a player who refuses to be put in one.